And then we got started in a prayer breakfast group on Tuesday morning, which Pastor Dean leads, and Dick and Arlene then encouraged us to become participants in the small group. And so that's when we started in the small group. Now, due to Norma's illness with cancer, we were not as able to participate as frequently as we would have liked. But the group, the beauty of the group probably was that they were a very caring group of people. They visited with us frequently, came over, brought bars, things like that, and just really nurtured us during the time of Norma's illness. And, I think upon losing Norma, I would have to say that I did go into a real fall in regards to despair, and probably I lost a lot of nurturing because she was one of the main people that the Lord provided for me to nurture me. And so what was really necessary, of course, was to find that nurturing again. Now, naturally, Christ is very close to me, Norma's very close to me, provides the majority of the nurturing, but yet the church and the small groups and my family, I have 4 children and 8 grandchildren, and I've just been blessed with a lot of people that have nurtured me. And so we're very free in our discussions, very open, very willing to share, and I think probably the neat part is the longer you're together, naturally, the more you are willing to share, and you just feel more comfortable with your group. The only thing is there's a time that you, as we know, need to birth another group, and we understand that. But I think just having that group, you see them on Sunday in church, you see them in the park, you see them downtown shopping, you see them at Target in Mason City, and you have that relationship, and even though you move to another group, you're still going to have that.
When I get to church, I'm not really awake. I'm sort of partially awake, like out of bed awake, but not truly awake, like being perky yet. And primetime sort of just blasts me awake with fun songs and, just fun activities. It wasn't like school, but was, because like primetime was a lot better than school, because I think probably because I knew a lot of the kids that went to primetime with me, and I just felt more at home at church. I like to study about Jesus the most because he was just like cool, and he walked on water and just did a lot of cool stuff.
A major factor I noticed with prime time is that there wasn't a lot of arguing at home. We were excited to go. It wasn't more traditional, let's go sit down and sit quiet and listen. They're involved in doing. And when you do, you learn, and you learn better, faster. So that's what I appreciated most. I think the growth I saw spiritually in Jacob this year came most in his willingness to discuss new ideas. I saw him growing in areas that we maybe don't always have time to pursue at home. We got questions that helped us to open up opportunities. We even had a chance to dig out our little Martin Luther catechism.
There was numerous problems with all the classmates. There were deaths or people being really sick in the hospital. There were surgeries. I don't think there was a person in our class that didn't have a problem with the family, with themselves, or in school or whatever. We talked about like what we could do to help them, and like if they were gone for the funeral, what we could do like to make them feel better, like send them a card or just things like that. And it was really, really nice knowing that the people could care for you and you could care for them. I think that we should learn from Christ and Moses that it's something that you should be proud of, being a Christian, because it's the only way to live. You know, I couldn't think of what a life without God would be like, because being a Christian and then being a non-Christian, you can see the joy in people. And I think that thanks to Brent and Linda, we've learned that we should open up and share Christianity with the rest of the world. And I think that's what all of us plan to do, and from then till the rest of our lives, is share Christianity. So,
junior high and high school ministries, small groups have really allowed us to take not just the knowledge that we try to pour into them, and I think there's great value in Luther's Small Catechism and the Ten Commandments and the Bible. That is just vital. But if all we do is pour it down their throats and they never apply it, it goes in one ear and out the other. I think it's very ineffective. What we're really trying to do now is to ask them questions that apply to their life, that makes it very relevant for them. And that's where we see the transformation in their lives, when God's really speaking through His Word to them personally. It's been, and we hope to be that just continues, and they know the Bible as not just a history book, that this Bible is a living, breathing Word that they can go to in any situation. What I found small groups vital for in my life is to take my level of commitment and both my level of being fed spiritually and emotionally to a much deeper level. Tom and I think are known in the community because he's a dentist. His family has been here for a long time, and so I think people might think they know me on one level, but because of small groups I've been able and really desire for people to know me to that authentic me, that me that is there all the time, rather than being an image to someone. And it's really taken that mask that I thought I had to wear when I was first married, of being the dentist's wife or being, the Bieber's daughter-in-law, and I've really been able to kind of throw that aside. How it's benefited me individually is it's really sparked that desire for spiritual growth, that real longing to be closer to God and to build my relationship with Him. I'm amazed at how he's taken that little group of women and built it into such leaders in the church. If I look around at my small group compared, we never would have thought that so many of us would have been such active leaders, small group leaders in the church now. But God really used that early experience when we never, ever would have dreamed it. We never knew what had in store. And if we would have known what He had in store, we probably wouldn't have ever joined. But that's what's good about God. He grows you up and gives you pieces that you can handle a little bit at a time.
In prime we sang songs, played games, learn. We watched the shows and puppet shows. We drawn pictures. Well, maybe if somebody was ill or something, we prayed about it, or maybe something even happy or something like that. Maybe. We drawn pictures if you were mad or sad or happy or something.
Tell me about one of your favorite things about Jesus, you guys.
The miracles He performed. Mm-hmm. And when He healed the sick to well, and what really surprises me is when he even made Lazarus become alive. He was dead.
Why does that surprise you?
Just, I believe that he probably could do all those other things, but it pretty much really all more surprised me about making him alive again. That little guys can do big things too. Little guys can do big things too.